You are Locked On Red Sox Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Boston, on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Well, the bullpen exhausted. Sox without their closer in Denver. Sox resilient Monday night at Coors Field, but shorthanded. And they end up on the short end of a 12-inning loss to a club that certainly does not play like they're out of any kind of contention, even before we hit August 1st. Welcome to our latest Locked On Red Sox Postcast. I'm Steve Lennox, baseball play-by-play announcer, show host, spent time in the minors calling games in Batavia, Wilmington, Staten Island, and Aberdeen. 6 college baseball regionals for ESPN. Covered the inaugural World Baseball Classic from Tokyo, Japan, and Scottsdale, Arizona. USA baseball events in Cary, North Carolina, Houston, Texas, and Minneapolis, Minnesota. We are providing reaction to every Red Sox game on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, as well as the Locked On Red Sox Postcast feed, or the podcast feed, which is free and available wherever you get your podcasts. We want to hear from you, our everydayers and our first-timers. Join the conversation watching live on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. Click the comment button, introduce yourself, and send out a positive vibe for Alex Cora and the Red Sox. They need it right now. They need it. We're going to talk about all the great clutch performances and the contributions from the role guys, the utility guys. We're also going to talk about how this bullpen just could not get it done without closer Kenley Jansen available Monday night and over the next 2 games in Denver. Our latest episode of the Locked On Red Sox Postcast is brought to you by Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB. Use the code, all lowercase, LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. Well, right now, if you're with us on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, I'd come right through into your living room, into your car, wherever you may be, and I'd give you a hug right now. I really would. I think you need it. A tough one. Game scoreless until the bottom of the 3rd inning. Red Sox first lead of the game. Houck gave up 4 runs in that 3rd. Red Sox first lead of the game coming in extra innings, as Dom Smith had an RBI double, sac fly from Rafael Devers, who was scuffling on this road trip. More on that later on. But Devers picked up his 62nd RBI of the season. Bottom 10, Zach Kelly, 2-run home run to Sam Hilliard. Neither team scored in the 11th. 12th inning, Wilyer Abreu comes through. Bottom of the 12th inning, and the Red Sox just could not get it done. Bailey Horn was on. Horn left. Chase Anderson entered in a just brutal situation with the bases full, and Ezequiel Tovar, one of the young talents for the Colorado Rockies, coming through with an RBI single. That scored the veteran Jake Cave, who's got the beard with a lot of gray and white in it, and a 9-8 victory for the Colorado Rockies. Red Sox coming back twice during the game, but unable to end up winning. Again, they took their first lead in the top of the 10th inning, but the bullpen could not get it done. Similar to a certain degree to Saturday night in Los Angeles, but now a lost road trip for the Red Sox. Another tough one, 0-4 on the trip. 4 straight losses for the 3rd time this season. And 4 straight. Hey, you're 7 over 500. There's still a lot to like, but we'll get into this more and more as we continue. But Tanner Houck had that rough 3rd inning. 5 straight batters reached. 4 runs came across before Houck got the first out of the inning. He did settle in, ended up going a full 6. Not a quality start. Gave up 10 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 3, struck out 2, gave up the home run to Charlie Blackmon, the longtime Colorado Rocky player. And Red Sox showed the resiliency. Jamie Westbrook, home run in the 5th inning. That made it a 1-run ball game. Westbrook, his 2nd home run, came with 2 on. Refsnyder, also in that 5th inning. RBI base hit, scoring Jarren Duran. Red Sox, again in the 8th inning, coming through. Connor Wong, home run. Wong, the homer, tied the game up at 5-5. This is a game you had to win on so many levels. Pick a level. Pick a reason. There are many reasons why the Red Sox not must win, but just had to have this win. Dom Smith comes through. Cedar Rafaela makes a game-saving play up the middle in extra innings. A lot of little things where you thought, okay, just find a way. Smoke and mirrors, whatever it takes, find a way to get the win. Did not happen. So the Red Sox fall again. And, hey, the Sox are struggling. It is the 7th walk-off win of the season, by the way, for the Colorado Rockies, who have 37 victories on the year. 37 total wins. They've walked off at home 7 times this year. And I said it during the Dodgers series. You're going to go into the Rockies series and both teams going deep into their bullpens. And the Rockies, the Red Sox came back twice in the first 9 innings, and the Rockies came back twice in extra innings. 2 runs in the bottom half of the 12th inning, walk off with the win. So with the loss, the Red Sox 7 over 500, 53-46, losing road trip. And now 5-6 in extra inning games on the season, 4-3 on the road in extra inning games. And the Sox have now lost 4 straight, as I mentioned, for the 3rd time this year. Just the 2nd loss in Houck's last 11 starts. Again, had that rough 3rd inning. Other than that, it was Tanner Houck on many levels. Red Sox are now 12-21 on the season in a series opener. 0-4 on this road trip. Losing to a team entering Monday night 28 games under 500. The Rockies entered Monday night minus 165 run differential. Minus 165. Worst in the National League. 2nd worst in the majors. 25 losses entering Monday by 5 or more runs. And the Red Sox, again, there's a lot of different reasons this team lost the game. A lot of different reasons why the Red Sox are now 0-4 on the road trip. Could easily be 4-0. Could easily be 3-1. Could be 2-2. But instead, 0-4. Don't jump off the bandwagon. If you were on it, stay on it. Yes, the things that you thought might come true with this team, they're coming true. Reinforcements, they're going to have to happen on some level. They're just going to have to happen. But 4 for 14, runners in scoring position. Do I want to do all the math? 0 for 11 Friday night, losing to the Dodgers. 2 for 14, losing in extra innings to the Dodgers on Saturday. 3 for 14 on Sunday as the Dodgers completed the series sweep. And 4 for 11, leaving 7 runners on base. And you start the extra innings off with a runner at second base and nobody out. They got 2 in the top of the 10th inning, but Hilliard had the home run in the bottom half of the 10th inning to tie it up, just like on Saturday, Teoscar Hernandez did it to the bullpen. So a lot of different things. So remember when the Red Sox, and they still have an amazing record. I know I do numbers of the night and bore you with numbers of the night in our 3rd segment, but numbers of the night, here's one for you. The Red Sox are now 42-7 when scoring 5 or more runs in a game. The reason I bring that up, they won 26 straight games when scoring 5 or more. That ended Saturday with the 11-inning loss to the Dodgers, right? So now they've lost 3 in a row because Sunday night they got 3 runs in the 9th inning to make it a 9-6 ball game. They lost. So they won 26 straight games, scoring 5 or more runs. Now they've lost 3 in a row. 42-7 is still impressive, but come on, gotta figure it out. And you just, again, we're gonna beat it to death. But the guys that Alex Cora puts on a lineup card every day and has available in the bullpen and off the bench, and Cora got ejected in the 12th inning, the top of the 12th inning, even before a pitch was thrown. Mark Wegner, the home plate umpire, who I don't think had a very good game behind the plate, ended up tossing him. 2nd ejection this year for the Sox manager. Devers had a sac fly in the top of the 10th inning to make it a 2-run lead. But Rafi Devers is struggling on this road trip so far. He really is. Just absolutely on the struggle bus. In fact, he might be driving that struggle bus right now. Devers in the loss, 0 for 4 with a sac fly in the ball game. So he did pick up an RBI, but 0 for 4 at the plate. Tyler O'Neill, 3 base hits, 3rd 3-hit game in the month of July, but Devers 0 for 4 in the game. So just kind of updating his numbers on this road trip so far. I believe now 0 for his last 14 and 1 for 16 so far over the first 4 games of the road trip. Now, is Devers the only reason that this club is 0-4 on this current trip? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. He is not. Tough one. 9-8, 12-inning loss. Second extra inning loss on the road trip. 0-4 start, 2 games to go, and you got to win the next 2 to feel good. Going home, off day Thursday, series against the Yankees at Fenway underway on Friday. You've got to win the next 2. This can't be June where you leave Chicago on the south side against the White Sox, splitting the 4-game series, and really needing that win in Game 4 on a Sunday to earn a split against one of the worst teams in baseball. Well, now you need to take Tuesday somehow, some way. We'll discuss that. And then you need to take the finale on Wednesday with Nick Pivetta on the mound. Hey, Patriots training camp getting underway this week. First preseason game just a few weeks away. Keep up with the Patriots and everything involved with the Patriots. Locked On Patriots with Mike Debate. Mike has every Patriots storyline covered for camp Monday through Friday. Locked On Patriots, part of the Locked On Sports Boston network. Could the Red Sox have some interest? I'll explain in less than 2.5 minutes. Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, on Prize Picks, just a matter of you against the numbers. All you have to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of Prize Picks community today. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. You can turn $10 into $1,000. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week. From lowering select players' stat projections on Tuesday to help your lineup hit or get your entry fees back when you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code LOCKEDONMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code LOCKEDONMLB on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Locked On Red Sox postcast also brought to you by eBay Motors. Passion, drive, patience, the formula for winning championships is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and level it up to peak performance. Superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has you covered. With over 122 million parts for your #1 ride or die, you'll always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Motors Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride or die every time, or your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you're burning rubber, not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to make your car the MVP and bring home huge wins. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions do apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit only available to U.S. customers. So the Sox take one on the chin. Losing for the second time on the road trip in extra innings. And we do want to acknowledge our everydayers, a tip of the cap to our everydayers for making Locked On Red Sox and the Locked On Red Sox postcast their first listen. No Kenley Jansen for the series. We went on Sunday night after the Sox got swept by the Dodgers and Kenley Jansen working back-to-back games. It was only revealed post-game Sunday night that Jansen was not going to be part of the trip to Denver, was not going to be available for 3 straight games. He's had issues going to Denver before. Heart issues, and I don't question Kenley Jansen not going back to Colorado. High altitude, obviously he's got health issues with that. And he's not available. Alex Cora did say, latest Tristan Casas update, that Cora said this prior to the game on Monday night in Denver at Coors Field, that Casas is close to 100%. What that means right now, I do not know. This team needs reinforcements. 0-4 on the road trip, 7 games over 500, 2 left against the Rockies, one of the worst teams in baseball. Play one of the top teams in baseball, you lose, go 0-3 in Los Angeles, you go to Denver, Tanner Houck on the mound, had one rough inning. Offense stayed in it. Dom Smith coming through, Jarren Duran, another big night. Red Sox doing a lot of good things. Duran, 6 straight games with a hit, 6 straight games with at least 1 extra base hit. Tyler O'Neill, 3rd 3-hit game in the month of July, and his 5th on the season. Sox, 2-run lead, top of the 10th inning, a 1-run lead in the top of the 12th inning. Bailey Horn could not get the job done in the top of the 12th inning. Kelly could not get the job working a 2nd straight inning in that 10th and gave up the game-tying home run to Hilliard. Where do you get the reinforcements? There's got to be a guy or two heading out of Denver either late Monday night or Tuesday. There's got to be somebody coming from the minor leagues. But there are two guys that could be available right now, a hitter and a pitcher. How about James Paxton, who picked up the win against the Red Sox on Sunday in the finale? Paxton, surprise move by the Dodgers, designated him for assignment on Monday. Paxton, of course, familiar with the Red Sox similar with Paxton, pitching for them in 2023. You've got to make a phone call. You have to. You absolutely have to make a phone call. Hey, Paxton, do you have interest in coming back? Now, right now, there's a window where he's designated for assignment. And he's got enough years in the big leagues where he can refuse his outright assignment to the minor leagues. So what can happen right now is the Dodgers can work a trade. You're not giving up a whole heck of a lot for left-hander James Paxton, but he's going to help somebody. Somebody's going to pick him up in the next couple of days. Send a minor leaguer or two the other way. You've got a deal in place. I don't know if you're the Red Sox. The Orioles are going to be calling. The Yankees probably are going to be calling. Any team that needs starting pitching right now, they're going to make the phone call. If he clears and then he's available, you go from there. You're not paying him the remainder of his contract. That goes to the Dodgers. So you're probably signing him, if he gets that far, if he clears the waivers, you're signing him on a prorated big league deal. It's going to cost you almost nothing. That phone call has to be made by the front office. Absolutely has to be made. I'm telling you right now, an 0-6, a 1-5, or a 2-4 road trip, you're coming back home Thursday, you've got to have some sort of plan in place. There's got to be a meeting with Alex Cora where you say, look, this is what we're working on right now. We're not letting it out of the office, but we're letting you know. We're going to be busy here in the coming days because the trade deadline is a week from Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, July 30th. If you don't have the phones working, if you're not down the road somewhat when the Red Sox return Thursday from either an 0-6, 1-5, or 2-4 road trip, at this point in time, I'd almost, everything tied to the vest, I'd start leaking some rumors. We hear Rengifo from the Angels. It doesn't excite me. Ty France, James Paxton don't necessarily excite me. Paxton excites me only because I don't want to see him going to the Reds. I don't want to see him going to the Orioles or the Yankees or the Rays. Rays aren't going to be in there, I don't think. Watch the Rays sign him or pick him up somehow. Even if it's a couple of weeks and you get a couple of starts out of James Paxton. Kenley Jansen was on with the ESPN crew Sunday night when Paxton was throwing, and the booth, Ravitch, Cone, and Eduardo Perez, all his velocity's up. His velocity's up a little bit. You got to make the phone call. What's it going to take? We want him. We want to bring him back here. Lost him in the offseason. Let him walk. He went out the door. We want him back. And even if it's for a handful of starts over the next couple of weeks, it's a move. Is it going to excite everybody? Is it going to generate tremendous amount of excitement? Probably not. But if he goes to the Orioles, woe is me again, we can continue with that narrative along the way. Ty France doesn't necessarily excite me. I wish one of these minor league guys was ready to go right now. See how many times a rookie has come up and energized the team? Those guys are knocking on the door, but they haven't rung the doorbell yet. How about that one? I like that one. They have not they've knocked on the door a little bit, but they haven't rung the doorbell, announcing their presence, right? That hasn't happened. But you're bringing up the same guys back and forth from the minor leagues right now. You thought maybe Mata was going to be available. I haven't heard Liam Hendriks' name in a few days. Not sure where he's at right now. He's likely back in Boston away from the team, so no real updates there. But I don't know how you can be Craig Breslow and going to see Alex Cora on Thursday or Friday. Probably give him Friday to himself after what's going to be an 0-6, 1-5, or 2-4 road trip. But Friday you say, hey, this is where we're at. Handful of days before the trade deadline. And you might want to throw something out there. GMs, presidents of teams throw it out there all the time. Find somebody in the media. Leak a note. Hey, we're down the road here. We're optimistic. We're being aggressive. Because you keep seeing tweets out there in the world where it's a matter of, well, nobody seems to know. Other 29 front offices around baseball don't seem to know yet what the Red Sox intentions are. You go into the office of Alex Cora on Friday, you don't have a plan in place, or you're not down the road on something, I might just stay upstairs. That's the first time I'm calling anybody out, but you kind of go from there. But maybe it starts with Paxton. There's going to be a couple of moves tomorrow, somehow, some way. There's going to be a couple of moves. So numbers of the night coming up, as well as you think I've been bleak and dire here in the first two segments. What did I tell you what's available for both teams coming up for game 2 of the series on Tuesday? Because there was a note that came out during the game in terms of the starter for the Rockies coming up on Tuesday. That is not going to happen. 9-8 loss, Ezequiel Tovar. If you're not familiar with the name, he's a strong talent for the Colorado Rockies. And it dawned on me during the game. The Rockies AA affiliate in New England, in Hartford, the Hartford Yard Goats in the Eastern League, right? So Tovar, Doyle, Tolia, I believe, Rogers, I know. A lot of these guys have come through AA Hartford. A lot of these guys in the from the Rocky system have played for the Yard Goats. So a lot of Red Sox fans probably have heard some of these names. You're probably not going to want to hear their names over the next couple of days because they're scrappers. They go out there and they do play hard. Just looking down the box score real quick. No 0 for 6 and 4 strikeouts. Rafi Devers did go 0 for 4, picked up an RBI with a sacrifice fly, did strike out once. And in 12 innings, the Red Sox did put the ball in play, struck out just 8 times. I'll take that number, but I won't take 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position, especially after the numbers were so bleak and so bad in losing all 3 in Los Angeles against the Dodgers the previous 3 days. Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube, now also available on Amazon Fire TV and the free Fire TV channels app. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top stories of the day with the local experts on Locked On Plus, our national shows covering every league. Find Locked On Sports Today, now available on the free Fire TV channel app. What's the pitching look like for Tuesday for the Red Sox and the Rockies, plus numbers of the night? That's next. This is the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Steve Lennox with you. You can follow me on the X, formerly known as Twitter, at Lennox on Baseball. You can vent right there. If you're part of our growing podcast family, we do thank you. We tip our cap to our everydayers and still building that fraternity. Can we use fraternity there? I think we can. Part of the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel, again, with our Locked On Red Sox postcast. We're on within minutes of the last out of each and every game. Even tough losses like Monday night, 9-8 sent back in 12 innings for the Red Sox against the Rockies in Game 1 of the series. Locked On Red Sox postcast brought to you by FanDuel. Hey, I love sports. I love them so much. I never want them to stop. But as the playoffs wind down, we get fewer games. We all know that. And with the sports not sportsing like I want them to, FanDuel does allow me to keep the sports going whenever I want. All I have to do is open the app and dream up bets anytime I'm in the mood. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus daily. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com. Start making the most out of your summer. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Sox are minus 168 on the money line to win the series opener Monday night against the Rockies. Jarren Duran was plus 550 to collect 3 base hits in the game. And Duran with a triple, his first in July, his first in over 30 games. Duran went 1 for 6. With 2 runs scored. He was the ghost runner in extra innings. And Tanner Houck was minus 122 with the over on 5.5 Ks. Did not happen. Struck out just 2 and walked 3 in his outing and taking a no decision on Monday night. So again, as you support us, you're also, by supporting our sponsors, you're also supporting us. Red Sox postcast brought to you by Prize Picks, eBay Motors, and FanDuel. Steve Lennox with you on the Locked On Red Sox postcast, part of the Locked On Sports Boston Network. Your team every day. Numbers of the night coming up. TBA versus TBA. That's Tuesday's matchup. We knew that was going to be the case with the Red Sox, and then, boom, the Red Sox go out there. It's one of those, hey, let's see what happens Monday night, right? So you got Houck, who went 6. Threw 92 pitches. and 30-plus in that inning where he gave up all 4 runs that he was charged with. Winkowski, 1 inning, 25 pitches, maybe an inning on Tuesday. Boozer, 1 inning Monday night, 8 pitches. Zach Kelly, 2 innings, 26 pitches, not likely available. Weissert, 13 pitches and working a scoreless inning. Horn, 2/3 of an inning through 10 pitches. And then Chase Anderson, we know what he's capable of, through just 2 pitches and gave up the game-winning base hit to Ezequiel Tovar after he came in for Bailey Horn. A tough situation, but Tovar coming through with the base hit and a victory. Tovar is hit with 2 outs in that bottom half of the 12th inning. So it is TBA versus TBA on Tuesday in Game 2 of the series. We just had FanDuel. I'm not sure what the over/under is just yet, but take the over at Coors Field on Tuesday for Game 2 of the series. Now, Cooper Criswell did pitch in the Royals series prior to the All-Star break. That's his last outing. So Criswell, July 12th at home against Kansas City. By the way, he'll celebrate a birthday, his 28th on Wednesday. But I have to imagine Cooper Criswell is involved, either in the starting role on Tuesday or in relief and maybe long relief. We'll see how they play that out. But German Marquez was expected to go in Game 2 of the series, but Monday, Rockies announcing that Marquez is on the injured list with elbow inflammation. Now, Marquez, coming back from Tommy John surgery, made his first start of the season just before the break a week ago this past Sunday. Went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, walked 4, struck out 3, and gave up a home run and taking a no decision. Rockies at Citi Field against the Mets hit 6 home runs in what turned out to be an 8-5 victory with Marquez on the mound. But he's back on the injured list. Elbow inflammation in the right elbow, not available. Bud Black mentioning Monday that Chris Bryant could be activated for Tuesday's game. Another bat in the lineup for Colorado. It will be Nick Pivetta going in the day game in Denver on Wednesday, and the final game of the 3-game series and the final game of the road trip as well. Cal Quantrill is scheduled to make the start. He's the probable starting pitcher for Wednesday. Quantrill could be on the move at some point here before next Tuesday's trade deadline. Numbers of the night. A couple of positive ones for you. It gave the one earlier, scoring 5 or more runs. Now 3 straight losses, scoring 5 or more runs. Red Sox now have at least 1 home run, 2 on Monday night, in 6 straight games, 9 total. How about these numbers, though? The Red Sox now have 23 straight games with at least 1 double. And they have 35 straight games with at least 1 extra base hit. Learn that one on Baseball Reference from watching the game on Monday night. Let's see. Add them up. 1, 2, 3 doubles, the triple. So 3 doubles, a triple, 4, 6, 2 home runs, 6 extra base hits, and a 9-8, 12-inning loss on Monday night for the Red Sox. So Jarren Duran, I mentioned earlier, 6 straight games with at least 1 base hit, 6-game hit streak for Duran, and at least 1 extra base hit in all 6 of those games, and six extra base hits so far in the first 4 games of the road trip as well. All 4 losses for the Red Sox. Don't pull your hair out. You need a hug. Drive to the New Haven, Connecticut area, and I'll provide one for you. But don't jump off the bandwagon just yet, and see where this team, hey, they responded. Just couldn't get over that hump and get the victory on Monday night. But they've responded, okay? They've shown what they're capable of doing. Yes, they played a team that had a minus 165 run differential coming into the game Monday night. But I told you during the Dodgers series, you cannot sleep on the Rockies. They're absolutely one of those teams that can be a pain in the neck to contending teams for the remainder of the season. Game 100, Tuesday night, Red Sox will take the field looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. They've now lost 4 in a row for the 3rd time this season. Hey, our Locked On Red Sox postcast follows each and every Red Sox game all season long. We do thank you for making Locked On Red Sox your first listen every day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcast, and also available on the Locked On Sports Boston YouTube channel. We do go live again after each and every game within minutes of the last out. Sox, Rockies continue their series. Game 2 of the 3-game set Tuesday night. First pitch scheduled from Coors Field at 8:40 p.m. Eastern. Again, we'll go live within minutes of the last out. Hopefully a Red Sox victory. It's been a while since we've talked about one, but 0-4 out of the All-Star break. And again, we'll be on live within minutes of the last out with our latest edition of the Locked On Red Sox postcast. Sox losing 12, 9-8, took their first lead in extra innings. The bullpen could not keep 2 leads in extra innings, and the Rockies walk off with a 12-inning victory. Locked On Sports Boston is the number one place to hang out immediately after every game. Locked On Sports, your team every day.